Journeyfront streamlines the process of sending and receiving our pre-employment assessments with your Greenhouse ATS. Once the integration is set up, here's how it works. A candidate will apply for a job through the standard Greenhouse application process. As soon as the candidate applies, back in the Greenhouse ATS, they will automatically be moved to the Journeyfront Assessment Sent stage set up on the job in Greenhouse. The candidate will also be sent an email automatically inviting them to take the Journeyfront assessments. The candidate clicks the link in the email and will be prompted to complete the assessments in Journeyfront. Once the candidate has finished, they will automatically be moved to the Journeyfront Assessment Complete stage in Greenhouse, so your recruiters know who has completed the assessments. An attachment is also sent to Greenhouse summarizing the scores of the candidates for quick and easy viewing right in your ATS. The included link at the bottom of the report will take you directly to additional details of the assessments and the scoring. Now let's talk about the setup. The first thing we need to do is create a custom API key in Greenhouse. To do this, we'll go to the Greenhouse settings and into the API credential management and enter the details as outlined in the documentation. Once the key is created, you'll copy the key and send it to your Journeyfront representative. The next step is to create a user that will be used for making updates in Greenhouse. To do this, we'll go to the user settings, create a new user, and grant them permissions that will be necessary for making updates. Once we have the user created, we'll export the data so we can get the user ID to send to our Journeyfront representative. After creating the user, we will set up one custom job field to hold the Journeyfront assessment link. To do this, we'll go to the Custom Options, Jobs, and add the custom field with the details as outlined in the documentation. The next step is to add 2 stages to each job that will be using the Journeyfront assessments. To do this, go to the interview plan for each job and add the 2 required stages. Once the stages are added, we'll add the Journeyfront link to the job custom field that we set up earlier. To do this, go into the Overview, click Edit, and add the Journeyfront assessment link. The last step in the process is to set up the webhook in Greenhouse. To do this, we'll go to the Dev Center and Webhooks in the Greenhouse company settings and set up the webhook with the requirements outlined in the documentation. Once the webhook is set up, you're all set. Your integration is ready to be used between Journeyfront and Greenhouse.